Hello, welcome back. I remember my login password. Um, Raz Rambles Black Ops 2 edition. You join me on the 22nd of February. Don't know when this will come out. Currently, I've got my laptop, as you can tell, and I'm watching England versus Sri Lanka. We're getting battered. This is also a few hours before North London, a few hours, 6 hours before the North London derby. So that could go really well, and yeah, that'll make me depressed. Um, Editor Riley here. Please ignore the North London derby and England cricket stuff. Somehow we did well. So yeah, vamos. Why Black Ops 2? I hear you asking. Again, my dad ripped me for it this morning. This is because it is the only game, any Black Ops game, that I actually played all the zombies maps on. Black Ops 1, I was a kid, did not have money. Black Ops 3, couldn't be bothered. Fell out of love with the game, to be honest. But yeah, Black Ops 2 probably was the peak of zombies, in our opinion. Yeah. I never really got into the campaign in the games, even though I got told to many a times. That was far too complex for me, my little brain. Multiplayer was hell, flat out. And then zombies was quite relaxed and often labelled as boring by many people I know, but that spoke to me for some reason. Yeah, Black Ops Zombies, Black Ops 2 Zombies in particular, was an elite part of my childhood. Although, I'll admit, never completed any Easter eggs. Again, like I said, far too complex for me. I probably could now. I don't think many people play Black Ops 2 anymore. I'm making a video. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to be able to talk about the games quite a lot, which is important. Black Ops 2 released buildables into the game. We all love a buildable, especially in the first map, Transit. Wow, transition. So another one. This is going awful, cricket. Sorry. Yeah, Transit. Probably one of the most controversial maps of all time. Yeah, was not very liked in the community. Yeah, introduced buildables such as the wind turbine. You had the bus. Don't get me started. Ted, bus driver. Basically drove a bus all over the map. Map was huge. There was multiple stations, bus depot, the diner, the farm, power station, and town. But town, which is the main area, didn't have a single viable weapon. Welcome to Transit. The buildable weapon, the jet gun, probably one of the worst guns. You have to build it. It takes ages to build. You have to literally just a checklist of things you have to tick off. It's long. It can kill infinitely, fair enough, but it can break, which the idea of a wonder weapon breaking is outrageous in my opinion. The Avogadro, the lightning guy, when you turn on the power, he's just an inconvenience. He's like not objectively difficult, but you have to melee him, and that means getting in close quarters, and then probably getting attacked by zombies afterwards. Long, or use an EMP grenade, which would replace your monkey bombs. Monkey bombs are quite good. Yeah, he can't actually die either. He always just comes back. Superman. The pack punch machine in this map is long. So you have to get a wind turbine to place at the power station, arrive at town, hope that the zombie hasn't destroyed the turbine. If the zombie has destroyed the turbine, the player needs to process the whole thing all over again. But you can only carry one turbine at a time, meaning the player needs to go all the way back to the bus depot to grab your turbine. But to do that, they need to deal with the denizens. If you don't deal with the denizens, then you have to get the bus, but the bus takes 17 hours. Yeah, and then you have to build the pack punch. Liberties, man. Liberties. The Easter egg, I don't know it. I'll be completely transparent with you. Anytime I've seen people play it, it just seems long. Yeah, it's just a massive treasure hunt at the end of the day. But, fun fact, you actually have to be playing as a character to be able to hear the instructions, which is stupid. Why would you give a flat 25% chance of you being able to complete the Easter egg? I guess you can do it, obviously, with without needing to be that character, but for new players, it'd be confusing. Um, Although the map itself obviously was hindered by the software it was on. Again, it released to the consoles of Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Obviously, not. They were good consoles, but not graphically powerful. Therefore, they actually had to introduce the fog so that the map could function. And yeah, the fact that they've not remastered it yet. Okay, Nuketown. Nuketown, obviously not really known as a zombies map, but it is one in Black Ops 2. The probably most iconic multiplayer map of all time got turned into a zombies map, which is interesting. It got remade actually in Black Ops 4. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I know it was rubbish. I've never played Black Ops 4 Zombies. I think I played one game on the Titanic map. It wasn't called Titanic, but something similar to that, and it was awful. Anyway, quite difficult, obviously. You have to go a sustained period of time without perks. Like every 5 rounds or so, a random perk spawns in. So you could go about, the best perk in the game, Juggernaut, for the entire round until round 25. Obviously, if you can survive that long without Jug, well done. You get the Riley Seal of Approval. Good job. Yeah, I've written some stuff down, but I don't know what I was on when I was writing this. Fun fact: it's set at the same time as Moon, Black Ops 1. Richtofen switches place with Maxis at round 25. Those of you that know zombies or Black Ops 2 zombies lore, big deal. If not, I'm just saying words. Anyway, I forgot to say about Transit. It introduces the what are they called? The Victus crew, I think. In my head. Yes, the Victus crew. Probably the most boring set of characters of all time. Could be argued. Yeah, no, they're boring. Anyway, the Reese. Set in post-apocalyptic China. It's the first zombies map with multiple layers to it, in terms of being 2 skyscrapers. Therefore, a player can die without being killed by a zombie in a zombies game. Why? That makes no sense. What's the point? You tell me I have to look behind me to make sure I'm not going to fall to my death? Stupid, man. Also, Treyarch knew how big of an issue it was because they purposely teased PhD Flopper. Now, those that don't know, PhD Flopper is a perk that basically gets rid of all fall damage. So I think you can tell where I'm going with this and how maybe, just maybe, that would be important on a map like this. But who am I kidding? Let's introduce Who's Who instead. Now, Who's Who, stupid perk, costs 2,000 points. It acts as a quick revive, but not at the same time. Basically, when you die, you get put into like a doppelganger state, in which you come back with only your starting pistol, no perks, and you have to revive yourself. Now, this is in a time of only 4 perks. Maybe. And yeah, as a whole, there's a way you can get more perks, but yeah, so you have to use a perk slot to get the chance to revive yourself. But you could just buy a perk which will make you survive longer anyway. Stupid perk, one of the most disliked in the community. The Slick Fire. This is a good thing about Darius. Not Darius. It is Darius. Yeah, only good thing about it. There's probably like 2 good things about it. The Slick Fire, which is another buildable wonder weapon. However, this one doesn't break. Yay! It used to have unlimited damage, I think, and it used to be a really good way of getting high rounds on the map. I can't remember. I don't think it is unlimited damage anymore. I could be wrong. Also introduced the AN-94. Woo! Another good wallbar gun. Very good gun. I'm a big fan. 1,200 points. Very good point gun, which is obviously quite important in a world of wonder weapons. You need a point gun. That's a good metaphor for life. That is. The more you know. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on the cricket. And Tom Banton's run himself out. Woohoo! Anyway, back to Therese. Probably one of my least paid maps of all time. I was not a fan. At least Transit had an excuse of technically being free in the base game. You had to pay for the race. And I'm still waiting for my money back, Treyarch. You know where I am. Yeah, it's not even close. Oh, Tom Banton, you silly, silly fool. Okay. Mob of the Dead. We're now on to the good maps. Obviously, Black Ops 2 had some stinkers. The first 2 were not great. But yeah, the last 3, quite frankly, saved zombies as a franchise. Because I think if they kept on the same trajectory, they would have. Yeah, no, it would not have existed anymore, in my opinion. I think they were just so bad, the maps, and they were so disliked by the community that they would have no choice to stop making games. Or Black Ops. Or Zombies games, even. Mob of the Dead. set on Alcatraz Island, obviously big famous prison where people try to escape. Has the Golden Gate Bridge, very cool. Um, Probably the coolest set of characters of all time. All mobsters in Black Ops is amazing. Quick revive gone. You're sat there thinking, oh my god, how am I going to survive? No, we got Afterlife. Afterlife acts as both the power and the quick revive system. You're able to basically electrocute yourself. No, not basically. You're able to electrocute yourself and then be able to shoot electricity from yourself to turn on things like power and perks and stuff. Yeah, it's very cool. If you've not played the game, highly recommend it. Cool. Also, when you do go down, you get put into Afterlife and be able to revive yourself, but you have no perks. You also have a maximum of 3, but they're recharged once every round. So it's like unlimited quick revives. Very cool. You got the Blundergat. Blundergat, very good wonder weapon. Oh. Also has the Acid Gat kit. There we go. Which works as with the Blundergat to create the Acid Gat. Obviously, it fires poison or acid. It's in the name. Yeah, very cool wonder weapon. The pack punch version works as a monkey bomb in a way where you shoot it, they will go that way. Very cool. New perk that got added. This is actually a good perk. Electric Cherry. We like Electric Cherry. Oh my days, is he out? Thought Hybrid just got out first of all. Electric Cherry. It is basically when you reload, it creates an electric barrier around you, which stuns the zombies or potentially kills them. Very good. Obviously, with Quick Revive not being in this map, they needed another perk to fill that 4th slot. This smashed it personally. I think it's one of the most underrated perks. I think in zombies. Yeah. Added the Uzi. The Uzi, obviously, with the map being based on mobsters, is a very cool aesthetic of it, which I don't think I appreciate at the time, but I can look back at it and go, Uzis and mobsters. Me a fan. Yeah. Added the Hell's Retriever, which is the first, could be wrong, first like throwable weapon they added into the game. Very cool. You basically throw it and then yeah, it's very cool. You unlock it by feeding 3 dogs around the map. It can be upgraded by killing 30 zombies on the Golden Gate Bridge on its own, which is quite difficult, especially on later rounds with Brutus and stuff. I've not actually talked about Brutus, have I? Have I mentioned Brutus? I'm talking about him later. Yeah, the pack-a-punch system on this map. You have to collect plane parts, which are scattered about. However, not in the same way transit is. I think the natural progression of the map and like the loop that you will end up doing, it does take you to all the pack-a-punch parts, which is very on plane parts even to be able to get pack-a-punch. Very cool. Also a part of the Easter egg you have to go on to. You have to use the plane. I don't know how many times, like 3 times I think off the head. Could be wrong. Brutus, fantastic boss. He is very similar to George Romero from Call of the Dead in the fact that he doesn't have his own separate round. He spawns in with zombies. He can disable perks and make you have to unlock the machine, as well as the box Icarus. He's just a nuisance, but not in the same way that the Avogadro is, because he is pretty easy, easier to kill. You don't have to melee him. But yeah, big fan of Brutus. Oh my word, Harry Brooks just got out. Has he? He says no. So there's no just coming to a cricket watch one, but you can't see it. Okay, I don't think he is out. Sorry, just unrelated note. England are currently 51 for 3 off 8.2 overs. We're going at 6s. Literally 6s at the T20 World Cup. Long live England. Could be my favourite zombies map. Back to this. It's complex but unique, but simplistic in a weird way. Yeah, it's quite. I don't even know what the word is, but I just like the aesthetic of it more than the other map I'm going to talk about later, controversially. Yeah. Buried, the best Victor's crew map. Not that it was difficult. Oh my god, England need have got another run out. What is going on? Probably the easiest map of all time in Black Ops. Definitely in Black Ops 2. Probably in Call of Duty Zombies potentially. Has Arthur, who is the big guy that you can give boost to, and he like charges through doors to unlock things. Like you have to do it to unlock Jug. Big fan. You also get points for that. You basically get points for everything on this map. You can put wall buys. Yeah, feels like we've been out by miles. You can draw a wall with chalk. Jesus, sorry, the replay that is horrendous. How bad it was. Yeah, you can get chalk, which gives you a free 6,000 points if you use all of them to draw it on the wall. Good. Vault Trade perk, which is a good perk. Vault Trade. Restart that. What's 6? Oh, it's 4 overthrows. Funny. Vault Trade, which is a great perk. When you kill a zombie, it can create a green mist around it, which means that zombies basically can't kill you whilst you're in them. It makes you invincible. You also can get ammo and points from it. Very cool perk. Very useful, I think. Especially with Buried being able to unlock every single map by going through the haunted house. You get a free perk every time you go through there. So you can get all 7? Not making a joke. Around all 7 perks in the map, which is very cool. You have the Ray Gun Mark II, the Paralyzer, and the Time Bomb. All very cool systems. The Time Bomb is unique in the fact that although you're going back to a previous round, you respawn literally where you were. So, like, if you were to die, if you were to place a Time Bomb down on round 19, get to round 20, go down, you go back to round 19 and have quick revive, and all your perks back again. Very cool. But yeah, the map is very underrated in my opinion. Not just because it's easy. I just like it. I think it's quite relaxing in a way, which the last map isn't. Yeah, obviously it gives the end to the Victor's crew, which were not a great set of characters if we're honest. But Buried saved the Victor's crew from having the worst set of maps of all time. Buried was like a 7 out of 10, whilst the others are 4. Being generous. My god. Origins. Probably the objectively best map in Zombies histories. You have so many iconic features. You got the staffs, they have to upgrade them, you got the Wonder Fizz machine, the Easter egg, the robots, the Panzer Panzer soldier. It could be probably saying it wrong. But they're obviously so iconic. The map is so large and has so much to do. I've only just learned how to upgrade the staffs. I'll be so honest with you. You can spend like hours talking about it. I don't want to for the sake of time for this video. But Origins, there's so much to do. You got you do like the fact that you get a ultimate like fist or something that you can unlock by filling up soul chests, and that not being like the big part of the map is weird to me. What else? The world record. There we go. Is still being set to this day, and people are still trying to beat it. I think it being remade on Black Ops 3 with the Chronicles map also helped people realise how good of a map it was originally. Yeah, you got the OG cast as well coming back. It's very cool. Big fan. I think it's the first map that actually has an endable cutscene. Could be wrong on that. Probably am. Actually, I think so. I think I'm right. The cutscene's very cool. I remember watching Vanos gaming videos back in the day of when he beat the Easter egg and stuff. I go, oh my god, no way! Very cool. I think in a weird way, the Easter egg is kind of just like you set up for the game as the big part of it. And obviously, there's stuff you have to do. But I think that once you get that far, you might as well have to do it. I've not learned how to do all the stuff off the top of my head yet. I still have to get a guide up. I normally just get the fire stuff because it's the easiest. Nearly. I have upgraded it though, which I actually used to not be able to do. So I've made progress, gang. Well done. I've made progress on a 12-year-old game. Perfect way of ending Black Ops 2. Because the last 3 have been very good maps in comparison to the first 3. Nuketown wasn't bad, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't a traditional Great Zombies map. Yeah. Personally, I prefer Mob of the Dead. Gets easier setting up. Origins, I think, takes far longer. I think Harry Brooks just got out. Yes, he has. This guy. Players need to upgrade the staff in Origins. Could take a long time. Yeah. I did write this down. I must have deleted it. Black Ops 2, although I played it, obviously, the big part of what I enjoyed about it was the reaction videos. Or the videos around it in general. The top 5s, the retrospectives I'm a big fan of at the moment. But yeah, I genuinely think it's such an underrated game. And that is Riley's reviews. Be sure to like, subscribe. Sorry it's taking so long. I would say I've been busy. I've not, I've just been really lazy. Hopefully the next video won't be as long of a wait. And yeah, Thank you very much for watching.